Hi, my name is Debra R. Richardson of Debra R. Richardson LLC, and I work with you to help you clean up your vendor data, clean up your vendor processes so that you can pay the right vendor. Now, the vendor master file tip of the week is Fraudsters Taking Vacations. Why, yes, and with your loyalty points. Now, this is not something that I typically cover on this channel, but I know a lot of you have that pent up, I got to go somewhere, and experts are expecting high volumes of travelers this summer. So since this is May, we're coming up in June, I thought this is a great time to talk about a new trend with fraudsters because again they're always evolving and actually is not that new, but you may not have heard of it. I certainly hadn't until I read the February issue. Yes, I'm a little late. February 2022 issue of Digital Transactions. Now, technically, this is for the seller side, so it would be for whoever, for example, you're racking up those loyalty points with. But I thought it was very interesting because I, again, didn't realize that fraudsters can go after or will go after your loyalty or reward points, but they do. And so I will have a link if you want to read this article. I will have a link to it in the description. So make sure you click on that and check it out if you are interested. But let's talk about why it's happening. Well, it's really happening based on the same premise as any other fraud that comes into the accounts payable or vendor team. It's really easy for fraudsters to steal the loyalty or rewards points really for two basic reasons. One is same thing we deal with every day is lazy passwords. And I know that that is a uh, an issue because, and it's an issue because we all have hundreds, sometimes hundreds, right, of passwords that we have to deal with. I read a couple studies that said, one said we have up to 100, and another study said that if you're an employee professional, you have almost 200 unique logins to remember. And so it is a lot. And to deal with that, you are reusing those passwords. But the problem is that all of the phishing emails that continue to increase, especially since the pandemic, have resulted in folks clicking on those links, providing their login information to these bogus sites, and the fraudsters will take that information, that login information, and try it everywhere they can. And so they're getting into your loyalty or rewards points accounts and then taking those over. And the reason that it's so successful, one of the reasons that it's so successful is because people hardly ever check their loyalty account balances. So if you think about it, when's the last time you logged in to check your airline loyalty points or rewards and other travel companies as well? And so they may, being the fraudsters, may steal your loyalty or reward points one day, and you may not notice that until weeks or months later. The average of checking account balances with these for your loyalty points or rewards, according to the article, is once every 3 months. And so you could be almost 90 days late of noticing that those points are gone. And so how do you combat that? Well, first one is, again, have a unique login information per account to combat those lazy passwords. Check with your company for your passwords and usernames that you use professionally to see if they have a password manager. But you can also use that password manager for your consumer or personal accounts as well. And this would definitely count towards your personal account. Maybe you do have one with your company as an account with your company as well if you travel. And so password managers are a great way to not have to remember those unique logins and to manage all of those 100, 200 logins that you have both personally and professionally. And then again, check your loyalty account frequently. You definitely need to check it more than once every 3 months. And when I read that article, I actually went and checked mine, and I had actually checked it within the last month, but that was only because I was traveling. I now have it on my calendar to check my loyalty account for my rewards. At least on a monthly basis. And I'll probably see if I can do that a little sooner, but it is on my calendar to check monthly. And then you might wonder or think about whether or not you need to add some verbiage to your expense report or travel card policy, because I could see it now, and you probably can too, if an employee that has a travel card and is maybe booking their company travel with the same hotel chain or the same airline, and all of a sudden those rewards are gone, whether they're being used by the company or by the employee. I can definitely see them calling in and reporting the fact that they were stolen, and this way you can have verbiage in the policy for how that will be handled. All right, so that was a little off of what we typically do, but if you would like more information on how to improve your vendor process, please go to my website at deborarrichardson.com for free tools and resources to avoid fraud, regulatory fines, and just overall bad vendor data. So good luck, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified next Tuesday for the next Vendor Master File tip of the week.